Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We are live. It is Tuesday. Still not feeling the greatest, guys. We're struggling here. I mean, we're much better than we were over the weekend, but still got a little the crud going on. Jane and myself. In fact, Jane is not here right now. She is somewhere headed back to the doctor. I am toughing it out, though. But I may be a little throaty today. I'm sorry. We're trying to get through it, though. Let's see who is here. We got Max. What's up, Mighty Max? First one in the house today, Johnny number 5. Jane, there she is. Jane is here in spirit. She must be on the road listening to me in the car. Thanos, my main man. What's up, bro? Carrie Benz, what's going on? Guys, Bitcoin, today is the day. I got a poll in chat. If you will, hit up the chat. Let me know what you think. Is Bitcoin going to close the day above 71.2K, or is it not? I'm curious as to what you think, so let me know. I do think, guys, if we close below 71.2K today, not tomorrow, not Thursday, not next week, but today, if you cannot close above 71.2K, which is right here about the value area high, if you cannot close above that, I think that begins our descent down to sub 60K. I really believe that. I think today is the day. A lot of indicators are pointing that direction, plus just general knowledge of the market, just having done this for so long. When you come back in a range, or when you try to break out of a range, a failed breakout, coming back into the range and or a failed breakout of attempt of the range, you don't have infinite amount of time before momentum wanes and you head down to retest the underneath side of the range. I mean, kind of like here. I mean, you could go back in time forever, but kind of like here. Oops. You know, we came down, we came back up, we tried to break out of the range right here. I couldn't do it. You had about 2 days of worth of attempts, and then you just broke it down, right? Same thing, you came up, you couldn't do it. Came back in, had a couple days of trying, you couldn't do it, so you broke it down, right? Same thing here. You came out, you did break out. When you came back down, you closed in it. You closed in it here. You had an attempt at it for about 2 days. You couldn't do it. You broke down. Same thing, guys. Well, we're back in it. Same thing here. You closed back in it. You tried, couldn't do it. You broke it down. You tried yesterday, you came back, you closed in the range, another daily close inside this range, guys, and we're going to break it down. That's just the trend. You can see every single time. I don't like that arrow. Let me put my better arrow on. Every single time that you either try to break out of the range or did break out and came back to the range, you had 2 days where you stabbed at that value area high and then you broke down, and this is day 2. Okay, there's other indicators. It's not just that. There's other technicals that show that, but that's the flavor for this range, guys. So if we don't get it today, you can look for another shot. Not to mention that you've had countless chances here. I mean, it's literally like 12, 13 chances to break out of this. And you've only tested the bottom once, the very first time. You've only tested the bottom. Now, I understand we came down to this trend line a couple of times, but you've only tested the bottom once. You've nailed point of control this entire time. So the bulls just can't seem to push it past this level. So throw onto that our fractal, our March statistics, our confirmed 10-day bear cross, all that good stuff. Everything's pointing down, but I do think you got a chance today. If you don't get it today, though, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. We're going to go over some of those technicals, too. How's everyone doing? Everyone get the copy trade thing fixed? I know there's a couple guys in there that are having issues. I think we've had 5 successful copy trades. We had one this morning. We took the trade this morning. I wish I hadn't closed the trade out. Actually, we got stopped out. I didn't close it. But I wish I'd given it a little room. Normally, I would have. The only reason I didn't, because I really liked this trade today, guys. I really liked this trade. We came up, and I'll tell you why we got out. We came up, took this. I didn't take that. We SFP'd this, and then we came back. And when we came back and swooped here, value area high again, I took the trade right here whenever we closed back in. So we SFP'd it. This is when I took the trade, and I mean just barely got wicked out of this sucker, but we did get wicked out. I put stop loss to entry, and in reality, stop loss should have gone there. But I did what I did because I had to go to the gym. I did. It's true. I had to go to the gym. And we had not moved far enough away. Like, if we were here, I'd be cool. I wouldn't care. I mean, I would let it ride. But we had not moved far enough away that I felt like I still needed to manage this a little bit. And I wasn't going to be around. So I closed it out. Everybody made some good profit. Everybody in copy trade. I think that's 5 trades in a row we've nailed now. So we've lost 2 and we've won 26. So we're 26 for 28 on copy trades. So hopefully you guys got your copy trade stuff squared away. We are back on the rise in copy trade, and I'm still waiting for the bigger trades. This could be a bigger trade, though, that I had this morning for us. I just closed it. Because if we don't close above this level, guys, I do expect a full rotation down. So we had the tippy top. We had the tippy top this morning. We'll see. We'll see. U.S. market about to open. We may get another trade here. Zup. What's up? What's up? Zup 28 in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to have you back in here with us. Got the U.S. market opening in a few minutes. I posted something in Discord yesterday about that, about how I thought I don't even know where I posted it. I posted it in here somewhere, though. Right here. If Bitcoin doesn't close above 71.2 today or tomorrow, it's game over, sub 60K. I posted that yesterday, and somebody messaged me and was like, what about the Strait of Hormuz if it opens back up and Trump's negotiation with Iran? No, that's not how it works. I mean, sure it could. Anything can happen. But, you know, this, in case some of you may not know, but something like that occurring is usually bearish. What do you mean it's bearish? It's great for the economy. You're right, it is. But it's priced in, okay? It was priced in on the announcement yesterday. That was this. So it's priced in. And if you haven't heard, or if you have heard, let me remind you, it's the old buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So when the rumor comes out, when the news of it comes out that it could happen, Just like the ETFs. You know, there was an announcement that the ETFs have been improved. That was pump, 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 pump. And the dang day that the ETFs were released, that was the dump. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So if it does come out, I mean, that doesn't mean you can't get, you know, like a 15-minute candle like this, but then it is sell the news because it is already priced in, right? There's lots of, I say famous, there's lots of well-known instances of this. I think one was like the Coinbase release, Coinbase going public. I think that was the top, I mean, the absolute top of the bear cycle of the bull market last time. I mean, to the dang day, that was the top. But everybody thought that was going to be the bullish thing, most bullish thing ever. And it was when it was announced, but the day it was released, that was the very top, the tippy top, like not a nickel higher. So I do expect, and again, if they do come out that they've reached a deal, you may see 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour like this, but then that is going to be a sell the news event because that was priced in yesterday. And the direction of the market will just continue the way it was going. And this was just a news hiccup, a news little speed bump, right? Boom, boom, up and over. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So you're going to find that to be a bearish report when it comes out because it's already priced in. West Coast, what's up, bro? If you're just joining us, we talked about, I'm still a little under the weather, still a little throaty. We're getting through it, though. I hope everybody got their copy trade fixed. We've won 5 in a row. We won a trade this morning. We took this trade this morning from 71.2, actually. Our exact, I think it was 71.2, 71.1. Anyway, we've won 5 in a row. We were short from, oh gosh. So, yeah, it doesn't get any closer to 71.2. We were short from literally 71,199.9. So, U.S. market opening here in about less than 2 minutes. We're going to take a look, see if we get our trade. What could we possibly, let's go to the 5-minute, glean from the price action through Asia and UK? Let's take a look at that. And I got my trade set up boxes on the chart, guys. You can see them. I'm about to turn them off because they get a little distracting for me. You know what we're looking for. Got the trade setups. Ideally, I would love. I'm ready to go down, guys. I'm ready to rip the Band-Aid off. My real preference, this is a lie. My real preference is just this. Let's just go do it. And then everybody load up their bags, load up a big, massive, long trade, and let's go, right? That is my preference. But as a trader, my more logical reality, we could push into here. If we push into here, then to there, then to there, then to there. And if we got that, I'm not sure about this one. I don't know about this one. Okay, this one may not happen. I'm pretty confident about these two. And depending on how long it takes to get here and do this, we could knife right through this. I'm very confident about this one, whether it's from current price, right? That's about where we are right now. This is my most confident one right here. So whether that's, this would be a valid trade setup from where we are now. But I would like to see here and then there. But some of you may just want to take it now. I took it this morning. From 71.2. So this is a valid trade setup. Just because it's right here third in position doesn't mean it's going to do 1, 2, then 3. It could absolutely just go straight to number 3. These are my valid trade setups, guys. So for those of you who don't think we're coming up into here, you could actually enter your trade here, and your stops would go above the highs from, I guess, last night. Stops would go above the highs from last night. Stops would go there about 71.8. You could really even come up, stop into this high here at about 72K right here. But technically, right here would be your stops. For those of you in copy, if we do come into any one of these boxes, and I know some of you monitor your accounts, be prepared to take some drawdown. Now, like for example, if we come up into here, and I know market just opened. If we come up into here, you don't just take the trade at the dang red line, right? You wait. You get in here, you look for your divergence and your reaction. You may not get a reaction to you right here. That's that much more profit that you have there and that much less drawdown you have right there. So wait for the reaction and the divergence, but be prepared if we do get a reaction and divergence. It could do that, and we could ride a little more drawdown. I'm prepared to go all the way to the top of my boxes, okay? But that's it. I mean, we're not going to ride it way up here, so be prepared. We could take some drawdown before it goes our way, because I don't plan on treating these as scalps. You're certainly welcome and encouraged to run simultaneous scalps, and I will let you know if I take those larger day trades in Discord, so you can run your simultaneous scalps, but I do not plan to treat those as scalps. U.S. market is open. We're watching the 5-minute dance. I got a couple things I want to show you today, guys. Maybe a little shorter stream just because of my throat. We're moving on Thursday. I think I told you guys yesterday, no live stream on Friday. That's moving day. I think we're loading up everything on Thursday, and we're moving on Friday. So no live stream Friday, and we'll probably be unpacking all that Saturday. So next week, guys, we will be starting back our VIP U.S. market open. We kind of got away from that for the last yesterday and maybe a couple days last week, because we've been packing and we've been sick. Last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, mainly we were sick, and I just didn't have the energy to do 2 streams. And now we're moving this week, but next week, starting Monday, we will be back to VIP U.S. market live stream and what I call public YouTube stream later that day, a couple hours later. We're going to start that back Monday. I know you guys in the VIP Discord really enjoyed that. So if you want to get on that, what we do is we go live for the U.S. market open, just like we do now. But instead of talking about jibber-jabber and technicals and targets and news, we just go trade. We just trade. Like, we wouldn't be chatting right now. I'd be like, all right. If we, for example, I would say something like, all right, if we come swoop this right here, I'm going to be looking for a scalp short or whatever. Or if we come take this low again, I'm going to look for that's not what I'm looking for, but I'm just saying, we sit here and trade. So if you want a part of that, join us. You can go right now to anthonyleecrypto.com. Or if you don't want to do that and you still want to take our trades, you can go, there's a link in the pinned chat, and I'll post it again right now. You can copy trade me. Sign up right there for MEXC and click the copy trade button. And when I enter a trade, you will automatically be entered, and you will make the percentage profit that I make. So you don't even have to do it. It automates it for you. And it's through MEXC. Lowest fees in the game. I've been doing some limit orders in too, guys, getting us no fees on some of this. I've market ordered all our closes, but I've limit ordered, not all of them. But I've done some limit entries. About to close the first 5-minute candle. You know that's not the one we look for. Not getting a whole lot of movement yet, though. There's no news, though. I don't know. I don't think that. I'm not sure when the next news is. Sorry, guys. No camera today. I'll flip it on for you. I'm in the dark. I'm chilling here in the dark. Got the green screen down. Jane painted her purple wall. For those of you Jane followers, you've probably seen her purple wall for years. She painted that because we're in the rental. Headed back to our homestead Thursday, Friday. Headed back there Friday. Loaded up Thursday. We were doing some renovations, and it's a huge, like 5,000 square foot house. Old timey. Y'all have seen it. The old Victorian house. Got to get back there and check on our crops and chickens and stuff. So we're moving back in. Anyway, camera's off because I know this is distracting. Can't see price. Let me check on news. I don't think we have news. I know we don't today. But I think this is probably the least news week I've ever seen. Actually, we got a little news. It's S&P Global coming up in 9 minutes, so that'll come right out our 9:45 or 8:45. Nothing really tomorrow, and then Thursday initial jobless claims. So Thursday is really the only relevant news report. We do have the one coming up in a few minutes, but it's it's nothing. So Thursday, initial jobs. That is the only relevant news this week. I don't know, and we had nothing yesterday. I don't know that I've ever seen a week, other than maybe like a Christmas or Thanksgiving week, that there's been less news events. Gosh, guys, I should have stayed in that copy trade this morning. This is a good one. While we watch this for a minute, I have my alert set, so we're going to come back. We're going to come back. Look at Fetch. Guys, I don't know that we'll ever get another shot at Fetch where it was. I say that. It could do whatever it wants to do, but Fetch has just been killing it, man. It is not playing ball with the rest of the alts. It is in its own league here. I mean, most other alts are right back down here somewhere. And Fetch, since getting this pump last week, has not slowed down. And this looks actually bullish. I mean, you got a nice W pattern here. Although, a W at the top is not the same as a W at the bottom, right? Still, we may have missed the boat on Fetch, which sucks because I literally bought right down here and told you guys that I bought the bitty bitty bottom. And then I sold it like right there. MEXC customer service requested KYC for the copy trade issue to be fixed. That is so weird. That is so weird. Oh, no. MEXC requires KYC period now for everybody to trade over $500. Trade over $500. They just started this February 1st, and I did not learn this until a couple days ago. February 1st, KYC for anybody trading over $500 on MEXC. You can. Yeah, I think that's correct. Somebody else in here on the stream, if they're still on the stream, had this exact same issue, and I actually reached out to my rep, and he couldn't even help. He said, "Bro, it's not me." He said, "If it was me or something on this end," he said, "that is a MEXC across the board thing that they started February 1st. That's not just copy trading, that's trading, period." That's what they told us anyway. Yeah, it could Bart Simpson. Palo ID is great anyway, guys. When you get the Palo ID, just go into like 10 or 15 exchanges, whether you use them or not, and go ahead and get verified, because you don't know what exchange you're going to use 3 months from now, a year from now. And the Palo ID is only valid for 1 year. So get verified on them all. And then, if 2 years down the road you want to switch to Blowfin or something, you're already verified there. You don't have to get a new ID. Well, that sucks. Joe was having that issue too, but so maybe that'll fix it for Joe too, just KYC. Bitcoin dumping down, guys. Man, we had this copy trade this morning, didn't we, guys? Valid trade setup coming up here, guys. You could already be in it. I'm not saying it's going to play out this way. I would like to see this. But if we don't close above 71.2, we are headed down. So this box is a closure. We've done this before. We, Discord, have done this before. Your, what was it, a $4,000 trade I think I showed you for a $5,000 account at 20x leverage, I think it was. 4-hour closure back inside this range. Rotate down to point of control, which it has every single time. That is a $4,000 profit. We put the calculator to it. I showed you the P&L when I did it. Crypto Hunches showed you his P&L when he did it. I think John did as well. We took this trade together. I think it was this one. We took this one because it just barely closed inside. I mean, by like $5. And I gave everyone the bat signal that we were in it, like right here. And we wrote it right down there. It's over $4,000 profit. We did that together in Discord. I think it was there. So anyway, we'll wait to see if we get that. That would be trade setup number 3 over here. And I would look to TP at point of control, not the range point of control, right? We're working under 2 point of controls. This is the range since whatever early February, and this is the larger point of control, the one below it from our 2024 9-month long range. And as you can see, when you came here a couple days ago, you blew right through this point of control and went to the range point of control. It's much stronger, much more support there. I mean, you've blown through the range one every single time. So I would not necessarily, not financial advice, TP here. I would probably look to more TP here at this one. But I would really look, I wouldn't close my trade here. I would really look to possibly close here. Although you could fall right through this. I am expecting this to be a bounce area. I would probably TP1, TP2 here. And then stop probably back above this local point of control. Move stop loss to profit. All right, for those of you that didn't follow that, if this trade plays out here, I would look for TP1. Then I would look for TP2. Right? Then, well, let me stagger these so it doesn't look like it's simultaneous. TP1, TP2, then stop loss above POC. And I would put that above the local POC, this local, which is certainly above the range POC or the more macro POC. I would do something like that. Probably right about there where this daily naked point of control is. So it would still give you good profit here. If you entered here at the close, you would still have, that would still be 2% away from your entry. Okay, TP1, TP2, and then your stop loss and profit 2% away from your entry. That is probably exactly how I would handle this trade, guys. All right, we're 1 minute away. Let's see if we get the, we've been moving down. Let's see if we get the reversal. And drop back down. We've got vector, vector, vector. So you know what we want to see? A green vector reversal. I just think we're headed down, guys, though. So even if you take this trade, in my opinion, be very careful with it. Bitcoin has had its chances. I told you today was decision day, and I mean it. That is not just a catchy thumbnail. Salt Chain, what's up? You made it. That is not a catchy thumbnail, guys. In my opinion, for my years of analysis, today is decision day. All right, got 8:45 here in a few seconds. Let's see what happens. Let's see. There it is, 8:45. Remember, it doesn't have to be 8:45 on the dot. May not get anything at all. We really don't have anything from Asia and UK. Asia trended down. UK reversed, took the high side. They took Asia high, so we would look, technically we would look for the Asia low to be swept. I've not taken this. It's a little bounce, but it is not a vector. Ooh, you got a yellow X here too, market manipulation. That usually means continued downside. I think it drops to the 1 minute. Not even a vector here. I know it's moving up a little, guys. I know, but it's not what I want to see. This is a big red vector, though. They might come recover that sucker. Got got stochastic trying to flip up with volatility high. Let's see what we get, guys. This could be tradable. Push Bitcoin. Stochastic still barely pointing up on the 3 minute. It might flip on us here. This is not good if it does. See if we get a green dot here in 30 seconds. Not looking good. No strength right now. No strength at all. Trying to get sucked down to that value area range, guys. We're just watching this for another minute or two. Did not. Yeah, we got the green dot. Let's see if it plays out. Let's watch this. This could get mitigated. I'm not going to play with this area too long. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Green dot flashed off. Stochastic flipped down. Excuse me. Might swoop the low, SFP it. Let's see. This looks very weak. Just took the low, not trying to bounce at all. Sorry, guys. I want to watch and see what happens here for just a minute. If you're going to bounce, it's going to be right now, most likely. Or you could come down for the Asia low. Give us a little bounce, Bitcoin. Give us a little hope here. Just took that low with a little bit of baby bullish divergence, but this is so weak it's not even funny. All it takes is one pop, though. Sorry, guys. I know we're kind of stalling here. See if we can just get a little push. Still have not seen a green vector yet. I might just flip this thing short and take it. Took the Asia low. Let's see if we get the bounce. If not, we're going to flip short, guys. This thing is getting sucked hard down into it. I don't want to sit here and lose this. If we're going to get it, it's going to come right now. If we're not, we're going down. Asia low sweat. Pretty nasty attempt at a long. See if we can get a little push here. See if we can get a little push. We swept the Asia low. Sorry, guys. I know this is taking forever. It's not usually like this. I just want to see that vector. That's all I want to see. We've seen nothing, except a red X. If you see the vector, then they're coming back for their red vectors. If we can see a vector, green vector, that's most likely coming back for their red. Happy to be patient. I'm wanting to flip this thing short. I'm wanting to flip it short. Can you guys ever check the Lionheart indicator anymore? I was looking at that this morning. Something pretty interesting there. Kind of like, I was checking that out this morning. I want to go over, I posted something in Discord about Fetch, about the hack trade yesterday. I want to go over that for anybody that may have missed that. Carrie Benz asked a direct question yesterday, and I did not give a technical answer. I want to clarify that for some of you folks who missed it. I really think I'm fixing to flip this short, guys. This looks like we are headed down. The U.S. is not even attempting to reverse this. I thought we sweep Asia low, might do the thing. It does not look good at all. I'm spending way more time on this than I normally would. Because it's at that area. Like here, does it bounce or does it fall? It's at that area. Does it bounce or does it fall? It would be unusual not to come back and get this vector. But I don't want to miss this. And I don't want to lose a trade either. But I don't want to ride a bad trade. We swept these two, so, I mean, the job was done. Can we push it back up? If not, it's rotating all the way back down, y'all. Technically, you could come for this one, but if you come for this one, you're coming all the way down, most likely. Yeah, we're about to head down, guys. Sorry, guys. I know this is really drawn out. Prices just died right here. That's it. I'm going to flip this short. We may ride some drawdown here, guys, but I'm going for the short. I hope you all agree. Let's just see what happens. I'm not even going to watch it. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Okay, guys, let's move on to Fetch real quick, or World. So we talked about this yesterday, the hack. Yeah, we're riding this now. We're in it, guys. So if we take a loss, take a loss. But I'm riding this as a day trade. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not even going to watch the screen. So check it out, guys. So we talked about this yesterday. This is our hack trade, right? 15-minute gets, I like at least 5% away. Price at least 5% away from the hourly 55. We talked about this. Then we get the 15-minute EMA 5 over the 55 cross. You're long it back up here. Well, Kerry Benz asked what a stop loss on this was being, and I told him I would not take a loss on this at current price because we're so near the bottom, in my opinion. However, we may not always be near the bottom, so you need to know the actual technical stop would be if the 5 cross on the 15-minute, if the 5 EMA crosses back below the 15, right? So like right here, I think this was Sunday was a good example. We got about 5%, 5-6% away from the hourly. We got the cross, so that was the go signal. Wound up being a good trade. I took this trade and I closed it up in here somewhere, made $1,000 bucks. But anyway, the stop or the get out would be when the 5 crosses back below. And this one would have been a small profit actually, but it may not always be the way. But that is the get out. Now, if it comes back and crosses again, that is still a good signal to long, assuming the first cross never touched the 55, which this one did not. This one did not. So this signal, that would have been to get out if you wanted to, and then re-enter here, which wound up being a successful trade. Yeah, Kerry Benz, it's moving up. We're short. If you guys don't want to be short in the copy, I think you can go in and manually change it, but I'm not closing my trade anytime soon. I have the parameters set for you guys here, and I plan to follow my trading plan, so we could, we're right in here. We could go with some drawdown, but this is what I'm planning for, guys. So this is what we're in. I'm targeting down here. So let me move it over. And if it don't work, it don't work. But I like it. I've been looking for this. Let me just hide these so you can see. Hide. And I still like this one, so I'm going to leave that one there. But this is what we just entered, guys. I have it all the way down at 60K, but this is the one that I just put all this on, TP1, TP2, and then I would move the stop loss here. So this is it. If you guys in copy don't agree with this, or you don't want to, you can go in and manually close your trades there. So feel free to do that, but I am prepared to ride some drawdown here. Okay, guys? We just had the 4-hour red dot flash off. It's flashing on and off. Whether it flashes on right now or not, this should be upcoming, either in this 4-hour period or the next. Money flow coming out. Got an anchor trigger, potentially anchor trigger wave here. You can see you're clipping over on your momentum wave is clipping. See, it's clipping off. We could get a little move up here, guys. We maybe shouldn't have closed that, but here we are. We're in it, and I like the trade. So here's where we are, guys. All right, let's move on. Lionheart, I thought this was sort of interesting. Lionheart is under a current 2-day long signal on Bitcoin. Okay, 2-day long signal with a target. Of course, this is a moving average, so it moves, but currently about 78.6. However, Lionheart 2-day is not 100%. In fact, one failure, it had a failure up here on a short, but the last long failure it had was from this exact same area at the bottom in the last cycle. This was a fail. I mean, you got a good move up, but it technically didn't hit until here, which would have caused a long failure. Because if you remember the parameters, by the time you get the long, the stop goes below the low, and you did come and take that out. So failure on this one, which happens to be the exact same area we're in now. So not really sure about this one, guys. I don't. You got the signal. You got a good move up here, but you didn't come into it and then back down. So this one could wind up hitting somewhere around here, you know, something like that. Just like it did back here. But I thought that was interesting. The only 100% signal in all of trading that I'm aware of, I mean, there's some that have, 3 or 4 past attempts, but with any significant amount of past attempts is the 1-day Lionheart. That's the only 100% signal I know. Again, the ones with 3 or 4 chances, I don't really count those because there's hundreds to go by with hundreds, probably at least a couple hundred on 1 day. But anyway, this was a failure in this area last time. Right here. And I know price is moving up, guys, but we're in the short. And this is not a scalp short, so I'm prepared to ride this drawdown. I like the trade. I like the trade setup. As long as we're below 71.2K, I like this trade. And today's the day. So we could sweat it out through the day and not close above 71.2. We should be good. So if we rode this down to point of control, let's front run it a little, and we did not TP until then. Well, I guess it depends on how much you have in your margin, which would vary for everyone. So if we close it there, that's 4%. I don't know how much everybody has. But if somebody, let's just say somebody has, I don't know, $5,000. Let's say 4,000 times 20x leverage times 0.04%. If you close it there, we're going to make $3,200 on this trade. That's what we're targeting. Could it move up now? Sure. That's what we're targeting, guys. So be prepared to ride some drawdown here, guys. You have to have a zone. You have to have a zone. This is our zone. You can see a clear line of, a clear zone here of support and resistance. We have to be able to give it this zone to kind of do its thing in here. Oops. And there it is, reversing that U.S. Open. I don't think it's going too far. March stats still in effect. We looked at those yesterday. March stats still look good. Still working our way down. The fractal still in play here. We talked about this yesterday. I think we are, if it plays out, first bounce attempt, which was from point of control. You can see, oops, let me turn that off. You can see, dang it. You can see first bounce attempt right there from point of control. Second bounce attempt was from, at the time, that key level. So I would look for next bounce attempt from our key level. But so far, you can even see in the fractal, it's just, it looks good. Doesn't have to play out, but so far, looks really good. Look how clean that looks, guys. Looks good. First bounce attempt here, maybe a day ahead of schedule. West Coast says basic KYC, MEXC, copy not working. I have advanced. I don't know what they're requiring. I personally did advanced. But I don't know what, I would think basic is plenty. I would think basic is more than enough. That's weird. Anyway, fractal looks good, guys. Everything looks good. Looking for this 4 hour to print. It's got money flow still in the red. Curving back down in the red on the 4 hours. Look at the 90 minute. 90 minute coming down. Getting thicker in the red. Bjorn, volatility headed up on the 90 minute with stochastic headed down. Looking good. You can't worry about these intermittent plays, guys. When you have higher time or medium term time frames looking bearish or bullish, you got to let the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes kind of do their thing while the other ones, the bigger ones, kind of take over. Same thing if you're headed to the upside. Let's look at the 6 hour. Money flow ticking back to the downside yet a little. Oh, see, this could be good. We called for this yesterday. I literally said we might see a fake out into the green and right back into the red, kind of like we got here, kind of like we got here. All of these, really. Well, looks like we got the same thing yesterday, just like we called for. And you can see when you got the fake out here into the green, that was the top. Got the fake out into the green, rolled back over, traced that up. That was here, fake out into the green, rolled back over. We got that yesterday, fake out in the green right there, and we're currently rolling back over as money flow's coming back in the red. Fake out in the green here, was there, rolled over into the red, big drop down. You can see it time and time again in this area. Fake out into the green, roll over into the red for a big move down. You got it here. Trace that up. That's right here for rollover. And that's what we're in now, guys. We're in that now. Fake out there. Just came back into the red, looking for the roll over. Some of you guys scared in the copy account? Are y'all scared? I'm not scalping this. I don't plan to scalp this unless something dramatic happens. There's our stop loss. 60K is our target. TP, point of control. Kerry been shitting his pants. I like the trade, bro. I like it. I like the trade. Just nothing else. Look at this 6-hour money flow fake out that I just showed you. How many times? 1, 2, 3. Now on the 4th time, money flow fake. You even got the fake out here. Fake out here. Trace it up. There you go. Roll back over 5 times. You faked out 5 times in this area. 5 times. All of them led to big moves to the downside. All of them. If you're that scared, if you guys want me to treat this as a scalp and close it quickly, y'all let me know. I don't care. I'm short from 75.8. I'm now short, obviously, on copy, but it's y'all's account. If I wouldn't close it, but if y'all want me to, we're in good profit right now. If you want me to take it and run, let me know. Invicta short on Solana. We don't leverage trade alts, but good. That's good. Or I don't leverage trade alts. What do you guys think? You want me to close it? Kerry Ben says he wants to make $3,200. All right, and we're gonna let it roll, guys. I really like the trade, guys. You guys know. Listen, I understand. Anybody can take some bad trades, especially some scalp trades where you're quick in and out, this and that. But I really like this as a day trade. It wouldn't have been a dang box on my chart. First of all, it was a dang red box. Okay, it's been a dang red box for a long time. Okay, dang red box. And then I even put the short box on here. Covered countless numbers of times when we close back in this close back into this value area range. We're already in the more local value area range, expecting a rotation down. We've been in that. We just covered the 6-hour money flow fake outs. I like this trade. Thanos is running a scalp alongside. You should be TPing on that sucker. Edge, the dog is chasing cats to the house. Gosh, we've got to get back to our regular house. We're in like a 2,000 square foot single story house, and our house is like 5,000 square foot, 2-story. And these animals can go somewhere away from me and do all this shenanigans. Okay, y'all remember when I didn't close this trade a minute ago, it was Kerry Ben's fault. Thanos got the scalp running. Good job, bro. So yeah, just a short stream today, guys. My throat's really kind of bothering me. I'm going to go pretty quick. I'll cover any questions you might have, though. Let's look at Solana with Invicta. He says he's short from 92. That'd be pretty tough to do, but because on this chart it only went to 92. But good job if you got that in. That was a really tough one to get too. Gosh, dog, that's a really tough one to get. It was like literally above 92 for 1 minute. Wow. Wow. Okay, good. Good job then. Good job. If you got that, you're going to TP at 67.5? Surely you're talking about Bitcoin and not Solana. I don't know. You may be talking about Solana. Yeah, I was about to say almost the only way to get in that trade would have been a limit order because that was fast. What in the world is this? Is this a scam wick on Solana? This is a scam wick. You guys know what a scam wick is? Look at this scam wick, guys. Let me put the arrow up to it so I can go find it on the 1 minute. You guys know what a scam wick is, guys? Solana on Binance, $92 to $184. Exactly a 100% pump in 1 minute. Scam wick. Are any of you guys, put a 1 in chat if you don't know what a scam wick is and how the effects it can have. Let me go look at another chart. Do you see how, for those of you that don't know, do you see how, so this is back since like February, since we entered this zone, I'm on Coinbase. The high for Solana is $97 on Coinbase, right? Since we entered the zone, do you see that? The high is $97. Let's go look at Kraken. Same thing here. Since we entered this entire area, the high is $97. Let's go look at one more. Let's look at Bitstamp. Same dealio. The high here is $97. You see that? And let's go to Binance and look at that. Look at that. The high, $184. West Coast doesn't know what a scam wick is. Okay, do you see this? Do you see how every other, let me erase some of this. So we just looked at 3 other charts. Coinbase, Kraken, and Bitstamp, I think. And the high was there. I'm going to drop to the 1 minute. The white line is the high for the other 3 exchanges, right? But somehow, this is a 1 minute candle. On Binance, you did a 100% rally. More than. Yeah, right at 100%. 100% rally in 1 minute and then returned right back the next minute you were back down here. This is called a scam wick. And exchanges will do this from time to time and they'll blame it on excuse this, excuse that. But basically, let's say you had, let me zoom back out a little bit. So anybody and everybody who would have shorted Solana up in here or were in massive profits, right? Because when you're down here, your stop is way up here, like 70% away. Like these guys are in massive, massive, probably millions, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of profit cumulatively. And they're running this without stop losses because how long is it going to take to get back up here? Weeks, months, probably, if at all this cycle. And rather than allowing them to continue to make tens and hundreds of millions of dollars as this cycles down, they 1 minute scam wick, liquidated everybody here, stopped them all out, then moved price right back down to where it was. It's bullshit. So that is just another example of why you have to run a good stop loss. You cannot go with no stop loss because you will get every single exchange will do this from time to time on certain coins if there's too much liquidity built up here, and they just do it. They literally just steal your money. It's bullshit. So every one of these got stopped out. Somebody probably had the heads up and made tens of millions of dollars here to long this, and would have made tens or hundreds of millions of dollars in 1 minute while everybody else got wiped out. Because who would think when you're up here to have a stop? Like, what are the odds? This could take weeks or months to wind its way back up here and stop you out. You could see it coming. You could get out at any point along the way. But nope, to avoid that, they 1 minute scam wick you. And it's not, this is on Binance, but it's not just Binance. I've seen it on every single exchange. It will happen. It may not happen to every single coin, but it will happen. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Scamwicks will stop you out and liquidate you. I know. Matter of fact, I was watching a streamer. I was watching his live stream. This was Bitcoin. The Scamwick is gone now. I want to say it was a MEXC. A MEXC or KCEX. It was one of those. I was watching a streamer's live stream, and he had shorted somewhere up here on the top. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember the exact. It was right here at the top, and Bitcoin was down around here somewhere, somewhere in here, about 100K, and he had shorted 120 plus K, and it was just a 1 minute ding ding, and he was up. I don't even know, 40 or 50K, something like that, 50K, and he had not taken profit. And it was all gone. Crypto Face also, for those you know, Crypto Face, same thing happened to him, and he was livid. I mean, for like a week, he went on every single day. I think it was Binance. He was up maybe like $250,000, a couple of accounts, he was up a lot, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I want to say he was up like 500K, and they just zeroed his account out, just boom, closed the trade for no profit, no loss, closed, and he was livid. But this guy here gave back all his profits. He had stop loss at entry, came, stopped him out, ding, 1 minute scam wick. So yeah, it did respect the stop loss in that case. However, it's still bullshit. Still bullshit. And every exchange does them. You can't predict them. You don't know which coin it's going to be on or when it's coming or anything like that. You just know it's going to go to the next high. So, like, a lot of people are short from here, right? If you were to get a scam hook on Bitcoin right now, it would go like that, ding, ding, in 1 minute. It would just wipe those folks out and come right back down and continue doing what it's doing. I mean, it would look just like that. Came and wiped all these folks out, got these folks too. And this is in 1 minute, was right back down and kept doing what it do. But it didn't have to pay these folks and all these folks and all these folks and it didn't have to pay these folks. In fact, not only did it not have to pay them because it stopped them out, some of them didn't have a stop loss at all and would have gotten liquidated. So they would have made big dollars and probably tipped someone off right here. So they probably went and wiped a couple thousand people out, and one or two big people made money on this move. And nobody else, nobody like you and I, like we didn't make money on this move. Even if we were long, like if we longed right here and said, okay guys, we're longing at $90, name one of us that's going to think to set a take profit at $180. Nobody. So and it would have happened so fast, we would not have been able to close this trade up here in profit. So you and I would not have made this, but anybody who had the heads up on this would have been able to get some profit, somewhere up in here. Because they would have had a limit take profit order set. Whereas we wouldn't even have thought that. I mean, best case scenario, we're limit take profit above the highs here, something like that. It happens. It's a scam. You just have to run stop losses. It could happen right now. In this trade we're on right now, I do not have a stop loss in yet. Let's copy trade right now. I mean, our liquidation's at 73.5. So if they 1 minute us, I mean, like this, ding, ding, 1 minute, we're gone. That's it. I mean, that's a big move. I mean, they'd have to 1 minute a 5% move, but shit, Solana just did it 100%. So it can happen. Weeks. Let me see. Weeks, that was it. Weeks is the one that did it last year. Where was that last year? March of last. Let's go to Weeks. That's Bitcoin. Thanks, Invicta. I don't even see Weeks. That can't be it. Is that it? And I think they removed the scam wick if I'm not mistaken. I don't see it on here. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, they removed the scam wick, so you can't go back and see it. But I remember it when it happened. I don't see it on Weeks right now. Is it still there? Are you looking at that live? Is it still there? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, Wayne. Hell yeah, man. Listen, I used to do that. You people think I'm crazy. I used to do that. So if I would be in a trade, like say whatever, a WorldCoin trade or whatever, I do a lot of spot trading. So when I go to bed at night, like if I were to buy, I'm not on WorldCoin, but if I were to buy a WorldCoin here, when I go to bed at night, I set sell orders for like way up here. Like things that will never be reached through normal price action, right? I set sell orders so in case I get that. I do it every night. Whenever I'm holding bags, I set crazy like 50, 60, 100% sell orders higher just in case. One of them paid off for me one time. I had a scam wick. I want to say it was an Algorand one, and I had it like 20% higher, and it wound up going like 40%, but I closed out on it in the night. I woke up 20% richer, and price was right back down to where it went. It was a scam wick. That was several years ago, though, and I do it every single night now if I have bags. Yeah, they deleted it, Invicta. I'll show Invicta. Where did you put? Did you post this in Discord? Yes. He was smart enough to screenshot it. This is the one on Weeks where they came up from 80K to 100K, 1 minute wick. This is the one the YouTuber I was telling you about got nailed on. This is not the one CryptoFace got nailed on. But they deleted the wick. That's another scammy thing. Look, this is March 4th of last year. And, oops, I'm on Weeks now on the daily. Let's go to March 4th. Here's what March 4th looks like. Big red candle, right? Big red candle. Baby, look at this. Baby wick to the upside, okay? That's what it looks like now. Okay, guys? Now. That's what it looks like. This is what it looked like then. Big scam wick to 100K. When at the time, 80K. So not only did they cheat you out of your money, they then removed the evidence. I'm telling you, you got to watch these exchanges, guys. Good job on screenshotting and saving this. I remember at the time that particular influencer was super mad that they deleted the wick, too. It's like, okay, if you're going to delete the wick, then you should make everybody whole. Like, give their money back and then say, this was our mistake, our system glitch, whatever. Here's your money back, and we're going to remove the wick because we compensate everyone, so it's like it never happened, right? That would be fair, but they did not do that. Not that I'm aware of. Carrie Benz is everybody's mad at you, Carrie Benz, for telling me not to close that trade a little while ago. That's all right. I still like to trade, guys. I still like to trade for all the reasons given. All right. So I think I'm going to run, guys. Everything looks good. Just kind of him-hawing around here. Today's the day. Today is the day. So if we close below 71.2K, I do think we begin the rotation down. And if we close above it, I think we have a legit shot at taking the highs at about 76K. I don't see that happening, but anything is possible. Yeah, we'll just touch base tomorrow, guys. So everything looks good. So we're going to trust in our trade. Yeah, there's Kerry Benz. There he is. Everybody point the finger at him. It's all right, guys. Y'all are gonna be happy when those of you who are trading. I don't know what you're trading with, but when we walk away, a $4,000 account, we walk away with about 60, 70, 80% profit, a P&L card. You are gonna be happy. So trust the trade. Give it some time. You can see, guys. I'm on what I'm on. The daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. When we do close in this area, I mean, this particular 4-hour, it took 6 bars, so 24 hours to rotate down there. You got kind of close here, about 12 hours in. We might would have taken some profit there. But anyway, it took 24 hours. You came in here, took about 8 hours or so. Came in here, took about 8 hours or so. Took 4 hours. Oops, that's wrong. That was wrong. Sorry. You could take a day. Let's just say you could take a day. So be patient with it. Could take a day or so to kind of wind down here, maybe even a couple days. Looks like fractal, if this is our measuring stick, if we topped out yesterday, this took 2 days. It's on the daily time frame, so this would be today, and then tomorrow we'd wind down to it. So this would be today, and then tomorrow wind down to it. So just be patient with this trade. We'll see how it goes. We know where I'm about to put our stops in. It's going to be a big drawdown, but we got to give it a little breathing room just in case. But I do like the trade. I think we're okay, guys. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll be in Discord the rest of the day if you need me. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.